Hello again, everyone, and good morning. We're in week 8, as you know. Make sure you sign up for your retest this Friday. We'll retest Wednesday of next week, is the plan. There are 5 properties for parallelograms: opposite sides or congruent, opposite sides or parallel, opposite sides or equal. Well, we already have the equal. We already have parallel. Opposite angles are congruent. Okay? So here's a parallelogram. This side is parallel. The upper side is parallel. Okay? This angle is equal to that angle, and this angle here is equal to that angle. And we know that opposite sides are equal. So that side is equal to that one, and the upper side is equal to the bottom. We also know that diagonals bisect each other. Remember, bisect means half, so it cuts them in half. So this one cuts the big one in half. So this would be 5 and 5. And the big one cuts the little one in half, so we'll just say 2 and 2. Also, consecutive angles are supplementary. So consecutive angles are supplementary. They add up to 180. So this angle here, and I'll use a green marker, plus this angle adds up to 180. Or this one and this one adds up to 180. Consecutive angles are supplementary. Well, let's take a look here. We have 2 problems here. This right here is a parallelogram, and you actually should see a little symbol like this. Okay, so look for that symbol. That means all 5 of these properties apply. So this one and this one are consecutive, so they add up to 180 degrees. So you're going to take 6x and 9x and get 15x. And then 15 and 15 gives you 30 equals 180. You're going to subtract 30 and get 150. And then divide. So 15, it looks like it's going to be 10. So x is going to be 10. Okay, you can do it on your calculator. Now if you want to find the angles, you'd have to multiply 9 times 10 plus 15 and 6 times 10 plus 15. Make sure you understand that. This one is a parallelogram, and again, you should see a little symbol like this. So make sure you look for it. These are equal. These are opposite sides. So negative 1 plus 4x is equal to 3x plus 3. If you were absent yesterday, the worksheet is in the blue folder by the pencil sharpener. All right, anyway, so we're going to subtract 3x from both sides because it's smaller. So we're going to get x, this is a negative 1, equals 3. Now we're going to add 1 and get x equals 4. So if you want to find out the sides, you would do 3 times 4. Scratch that out and put a 4. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15. So both sides should be 15. All right, now let's talk a little bit about the EOC before I give you your work for today. First of all, I want you to take a look at this page, and you can find the practice EOC for the Florida Virtual School online. Just type in EOC practice test, EOC practice test, and then Florida Virtual School. Okay, and put geometry, and you should find it. Okay. All right. I don't know that I'm going to print it, but we will work as many as we can here, and you'll have them in your notes. So look here. It says when a percent is required to answer a question, do not convert the percent to a decimal or fraction. So if it's like 15%, you would still write it as 15. And you can write it all the way to the left as 15, or you can write it all the way to the right as 15. But don't write it in the middle. Okay? This one right here, 13 1/4. do not bubble in 13 1/4. That's called a mixed number. You have to change it to an improper fraction or a decimal. So here you would do 4 times 13. Make sure you do this, okay? So 4 times 13 equals, and then plus the top number, so plus 1. So I get 53 over 4, okay? So this is what you want to graph or plot in the grid. So you would do 53, and then the fraction sign, and then 4, and then you would bubble that in. Okay, make sure you understand that. And you'd bubble it in all the way to the left or all the way to the right, but not in the middle. So you cannot write an improper fraction. Now you can change this to a decimal. 1 divided by 4 is 0.25, so you can do 13.25. So you would bubble in 1, you'd bubble in 3, you'd bubble in the decimal, you'd bubble into 2, and you'd bubble into 4. Make sure you understand how to grid. All right, next. If you look here, there is 53 dash, or divided by 4. And here's 13.25. Do not do it this way. If you bubble it in as 13 1/4, the machine picks it up as 131 over 4. So be careful with that, okay? Just some things that you need to know. All right? Okay, so let's get that out of the way. Next, let's take a look at the problem here. When we did circles, there were 7 formulas. So copy these down. You have to go back over these formulas. Okay, this is a review. So copy that down. This one, the angle, let's say it's 30 degrees, is equal to the arc. This one, if this is 30 degrees, the angle is half of that, so that would be 15 degrees. The angle is half of the arc. This one, the angle is equal to half of the difference of the two arcs. So if this is 50 and this is 20, you would subtract 50 minus 20 and get 30, and then take half of 30 and get 15. You have to memorize these formulas. This one, the angle is equal to half the sum. So if this was 20 degrees and this was 40 degrees, you'd have to add that up and get 60 and then take half of 60. So if the vertex is in the middle but not the center, I think you remember me saying that, you add these up and take half. So half of 60 would be 30. This is the product. You would multiply these, so you would say C times D is equal to A times B. Follow the line. A times B. This is a review. This one, the tangent squared is equal to the outside times the whole thing. The whole thing is B plus C from here to here. You have to add those up. And finally, this one is the outside times the whole thing. So out times whole equals out times whole. You need to know all 7 of these. You were tested on that. Now, let's take a look at this problem. So on this problem right here, I want you to go ahead and copy it down. Let me make it a little bigger. All right, so let's take a look at it. Notice that the vertex is not the center of the circle, so the angle, 4x, is equal to half of the sum of these two. So you got to add up the big arc and the little arc. So 120 plus 2x. So it's half of the sum of those two. Well, let's see what's going on here. Now you could take half of this, okay, and I'll do that. So half of that is 60, and half of 2x is 1x. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that's 1x. Now I'm going to subtract x from both sides and get 3x is equal to 60, and then I'm going to divide by 3 and get x equals 20. Now, but that's not what they want. They want AED. So AED is this angle here. They want this angle. Okay? AED. So put a Y here. That's what they want. So make sure you answer the question. Anyway, you would multiply 20 up in here. So put a 20. So 4 times 20 is 80. So this one's 80 degrees. So this one has to be 100 degrees because every line adds up to 180. All right, there it is. And that's your review question for the Geometry EOC. And we'll talk more each day from that. And again, you can download your own copy by going to Florida Virtual School or just type in Geometry EOC Florida and then you should be able to find it, okay? All right, now your assignment for today is right here. So start working quietly. Have a good day. Tell you what I'll do. Let's stay with this for now. Have a good day.